you're just joining us on Kababyan today, we are taking your calls live here on the show. Kasama po natin ang ating immigration attorneys na si Aquino and Lo. And we have on the phone with us a caller, Elsa. Elsa, nandyan ka ba?
Yeah.
Kamusta po? Ano po yung tanong ninyo?
Tatanong ko sana kasi nag-avail ako ng 245I noong 2001. Pagkatapos, it's an employer's petition. And then I was able to get, a work permit for 2 times.
Okay.
And then I renewed it because at first I was given, and then I was able to renew it the next year.
Yes.
But in 2007, unfortunately, the immigration, denied it because my employer didn't have enough money, It doesn't suffice. So, but still I'm working with them now. And then my daughter, is applying for her citizenship, so she's planning to petition me as a relative, as a parent. So is it okay, because I'm still working with that company, like for 14 years already? So would that be okay? Would it not be in trouble that I'm still working even if I wasn't able to get, the third work permit that I was applying for?
Okay, let's ask our immigration attorney, Richard.
Well, that's a great question. In fact, when you are petitioned by immediate relative, that is, in this case, a daughter petitioning for her parent, one of the things that is waived in that petition is if you are working here unlawfully. So if you work without a work permit and that kind of thing, that issue is waived for you, so that it doesn't usually come up in interviews, and they don't ask those questions about how did you manage to work at this time. So that's not a problem in general, generally speaking. So I would say you can go forward. You might be 245I with the employment-based petition, but it might not be necessary, because if you had a lawful entry at the time, then you would just do a regular adjustment when your daughter turns 21.
All right. Okay, we have Nati on the phone. Nati, nandiyan ka ba? Hello? Nandiyan ka ba, Nati?
Opo, yes.
Opo.
Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat dyan.
Good afternoon po. Maraming salamat for calling Kababyan today. Ano po ang tanong ninyo?
Ang tanong ko po, dalawang bagay po. First, my sister-in-law has a daughter who is a registered nurse in the Philippines. Now, ang tanong po niya is ganito, saan po mag-a-apply at paano po malalaman what kind of nurse ang kailangan, yung mga specialty nurses o hindi, pwede ang regular nurses. And then second, she asked that if her status will weigh or affect on the application for work ng anak niya, kasi she is just starting to work on her green card kasi pinetition siya nung employer niya. But for several years, she is out of status already. Yun po ang tanong.
Okay, so the first question is, where would a registered nurse apply for all these jobs?
So with regards to registered nurses and any employment-based petition, the individual needing the visa is just a beneficiary. And so what they need to do is first find a willing sponsor or a willing company who provides them a job offer. And based on that job offer, that's when the company submits the application on their behalf in order to obtain the green card and come into the United States. And I mentioned green card because, as we had spoken about at the beginning of the show, while H-1Bs are possible for registered nurses, the vast majority of registered nurses do not qualify for H-1B visas. And most of the registered nurses who are able to find a company to sponsor them for a visa, it's very difficult to find a sponsor in the U.S. who will sponsor you for that higher level position, because usually the companies want some type of experience already here in the United States, experience in the Philippines. While it's obviously valid and legitimate, they tend to look more for experience here in the U.S. And so individuals who are in the Philippines find it very difficult to find sponsors for those high-level positions. And so the green card is typically the process that they would go through.
Okay, and the second question was, is it basis for them not to offer you the job because of your status? The status of the mom who's here in the United States. And so in regards to that question, the mom status of being here without papers, TNT,
that will not affect the employment-based petition back in Manila. And so the registered nurse, in order to qualify to be petitioned, they do need to pass the CGFNS exam or the visa screen. So that's the first thing that they need to do, is register and pass that NCLEX exam and or the CGFNS visa screen, and then find a sponsor.
All right, okay, we have one caller on the phone, but we'll get to her when we return from the break. Stick around right here on Kababyan Today.